Well, Can I Get a Witness is one of those great early Motown songs that I've always loved. And whenever I heard it, it would make me just feel good all over because, back during those days, you were dealing with the early Motown, nucleus of creative people, and then to have Marvin Gaye, singing like it was because see, Marvin wanted to come in singing as a Nat King Cole kind of singer, and Barry was constantly on him. Yeah, but you need hits, and to have hits, you need to do, R&B, pop, and so to hear Marvin sing "Can I Get a Witness," knowing what he really wanted to do, it would always bring a smile to my face because "Can I Get a Witness" was definitely that churchy kind of, move your butt kind of thing, So a great feeling. All reflections. I love Holland Doja Holland because those brothers were they were ahead of their time. As far as coming up with those wonderful different kind of chord structures, and the melodies are very haunting. And Eddie and Brian and Lamont coming up with such great concepts, lyrics, and things. So when I heard Reflection, I knew it was a hit because of the way it flowed, the way it made you feel, and the melody. It's got that haunting kind of thing that when I saw it on the list for us to do, I said, oh no, that was one that I really said we have to do that one. So I love Holland and Dozian work for what they been doing over the years. Yeah, that was a must. Ain't nothing like the real thing was a must do, because there again I love Ashford and Simpson, and then when Marvin and Tammy did it, and just the feeling, it's got that little bounce to it, That when I saw that on the list, I said, oh yeah. Yeah, we got to do this one. And luckily, we had this young lady, Ben Wright, through the efforts of Ben Wright, found this young lady, knew this young lady named Van Johnson. So she's the young lady that is on there with us and GC. So yeah, I love Ain't Nothing But Like the Real Thing. I Hear a Symphony. Keep taking me back to Holland, Doja Holland again, And I love Diana and them, because they were, See, Diana and the Supremes, we all grew up together, from the east side of Detroit, Brewster Projects, used to do record hops together. So when they hooked up over at Motown, and Holland, Doja Holland, started producing hits after hit after hit after hit on them, I Hear Symphony was just one of those. I knew it was going to be a hit, because it just had the right kind of spin. So, we just try and pick all the shun of hits that we could on that list. And so, there again, Holland Doja Holland, I Hear a Symphony. Yeah. Now, that's an interesting song, Try It Baby. We recorded, now that's one of the, I think that's the only tune. Well, yeah, we background Diana on it. Barry wrote that for Diana, and I think it had something to do about her success, and she's moving on up. But Melvin, our late great bass singer, shared lead with Diana on "Try It Baby," and we always figured that that song really didn't get its due. So when I saw that on the list, we said let's go for that. Except this time we had Ron Tyson to do the lead, and then once again, the lovely Miss Van Johnson did the Diana Ross part, and Ben Wright did such a big band arrangement on it. It's got that jazz kind of feeling to it that it gives another kind of sparkle throughout the CD. So it was a great tune to do. Oh, ain't no mountain high enough, huh? Ashford and Simpson. I mean, to me, they're just like in the same category as far as great songs produced well as Holland, Doja Holland, Norman Whitfield, Smokey, any of those people from the early Motown days. And Diana did such a fantastic job. And, you know, I'm looking at some TV show just the other night, and in the background they had Ain't No Mountain High Enough with Diana singing it. So when you have a song that's been around, that's around for, oh, wow, 30, almost 40 years, you know, that's the testament of a great song. So there again, when it was on the list, I said, yeah, we need to do that because it's just got that commercial ring, that commercial sound. I've always loved Ooh Baby Baby, you know, because we used to work the Apollo with Smoking the Miracles. And I would, at the time, this is when the Temps was up and coming, so we could sneak and sit out in the audience and watch the shows. So Smoking them was, at the time, closing the shows. So I would sneak out and sit in the audience, and luckily they didn't recognize me meeting the audience. And when Smokey and the Miracles would go into Ooh Baby Baby, and Smokey started doing his, you know, high tenor thing and drop into his knees, the women would be, you know, they would fall out and rush to the stage and what have you. So it brought a lot of fun memories back seeing them do that. So I said, well, let us put our spin on it, and Ben Wright did a great job of doing Ooh Baby Baby, and hopefully, you know, it equals the task. Neither one of us wants to be the first to say goodbye. I think that was a Jim Webb song. And Jim, he must have had his heart broken very bad. In fact, somebody told me he was writing from experience. But aside from that, Gladys Knight and the Pips, like I said, if you're going to mess with a Gladys Knight and the Pips song, either you not come close to it, either equal that or leave it alone, because she is one of the best singers in the business today. And with the Pips blowing that sweet harmony all around her, so we knew we had a challenge when I picked that song to, you know, to be a part of the lineup. And Ben Wright did a wonderful job as far as producing and having us voicing the background. So I think, and I'm trying not to sound too egotistical, I think we kind of matched their effort, you know, in that particular song. Reach out and touch someone's hand. One of those songs that when we picked it, first thing came out of Shelley's mouth after we recorded, he said, we have to close with that song. I said, oh, really? He said, I'm telling you, Otis, when Diana, because he used to manage Diana, and she would close with it, it took on a whole nother kind of message and feeling, you know. He said, so we have to close the show with Reach Out and Touch, because it sends such a great message and just brings about another kind of vibe from the audience. I said, oh, okay. So, you know, but there again, I think that's Ashford and Simpson song, you know. And, you know, so when you're doing songs by great tunesmiths such as Ashford and Simpson and Holland, Doja Holland, you know, you can't go wrong. Only thing you have to do is really try and not take any of those songs that we recorded too far out of the character of what the song are about, because we don't want any of the songs that we recorded for Reflections to become ways when they listen at it every time, Temps, please, y'all stepped too far out of character on that, you messed up. So it was a very delicate balance that had to be had for all of these songs to keep the identifiable sound and to give it another kind of vibe. And we hopefully we did that in all 15 of these songs from our new Reflections album on New Door Records.
Ooh, do it one more time. One more time. Right. One more time. Do that top. You do it. 3, 4. Ooh. that.
I hear a symphony.
Whenever you're near,
I hear a symphony. Ooh, baby.
pulling me close.
Here we go, guys. 2 and yeah. 2 and 3, yep. 2 and 3. Oh God, GC. Let's see. Come a little closer. Yeah. 2 and 3. Good. Nice. Yep. Now, can you raise those lights back there that
You want to pour it?
Yep.
Excuse me.
Yeah, still on there, especially that.